What did you say?
I would say that's facts, because that's when you start.
So like in this phase,
Yeah.
what are the types of things that draw us in the beginning? It could be assets to a man. It could be their personality, like they're really charming or funny or something like that, right? They might groom themselves really well, and you just admire that because they take care of themselves or something. It could be about how they parent their child. It could be a lot of things. So that's what you know. That's what you see on the surface. All those things are surface things. None of those things have anything to do with their character. Nothing. Okay? So when you think of honeymoon, think of surface. That's the problem. When you think of commitment, that's where you get deeper. So that's where the disillusionment comes from. Because now you know more stuff about them than you knew at first. And you start to try to figure out, are these things I can deal with? Are these you know what I mean? Are these deal breakers, or can I tolerate this, or can I come to them and see whether or not these things can change? The problem is we try to change people here. As soon as we find out what things we don't like, oh, you need to change that because I don't like it. Well, guess what? I was a person before I met you. And it's not to say that I'm justified in all of my behavior, but the reason I'm going to change it is not for you. Okay, it's going to be because I see a problem with it and because I want to change it. You always have to understand that. If you shouldn't even ask somebody to change something for you. Okay? So that's where disillusionment comes from, because we think we're disillusioned. We think that we can change somebody. We think that they were this person and they're really this person. Right? Disillusionment. And we can't get past that. Because we can't understand, this person said they love me so much and they're committed to me, why won't they just change? And we get stuck there. But the idea is you shouldn't ask them to change in the first place. That's the wrong path to go down to even begin with. So you are going on that path. You're not the person to be in a relationship with. If they are asking you to change, they're not the person to be in a relationship with. You understand what I'm saying? How do you get past that? Stage 4. Deeper understanding. Okay? So when you have a deeper understanding, if you can possibly get past this stage, if neither one of you guys are saying change for me, you'll get past it. Why? Because you'll understand that person, their flaws, how they grew up, what has shaped them into be the person they are, why they have triggers, what their triggers are, why they project, whatever the case may be. You have a question?
But that doesn't mean you shouldn't tell somebody to change. It's just why they should change, like for their benefit.
Right. So this is the idea. It doesn't mean that you can't promote a change or inspire a change in a person. But this is what we do. We tell a person to change that quality because it directly affects me. Yeah. That's the difference. So you can say something like, you can't see the pattern or the negative results that you're getting, or outcome that you're getting from this behavior or thing that you're doing, right? It don't have nothing to do with you now. Because these are the results of it, and it's negative, and you don't want these results, so why don't you change what you're doing? That's the difference in change for me. That's not how we come to people. That's the difference. So you can still do the same thing, just in a different way. Now, if they don't see a problem with it, now we know that's a red flag. We're going to talk about that too, red flag. Okay? So, but for right now, you know, when you have a deeper understanding of a person, you tend to accept them more and not take the things that they do personally. I know why he did that. I'm not talking about a man that keeps constantly cheating on you. That's not what I'm talking about. Okay? I'm talking about somebody that has some type of quirky behavior. They might be a touchy-feely person and you hate being touched. That's something simple. Or if they're bad with money or something like that. You know that that's not going to go well in the future. Even for them. Not even just for you. You know it's going to affect you, but even for them, that's not good. So that's how you compliment a person. Now, what you lack, I have, and what I lack, you have, and now we're going to share. That's the difference between trying to actually change a person. Okay? So, if you have a deep understanding for somebody, you usually make it to stage 5. And stage 5 is where we say, okay, we're going to be together no matter what. I know you a messed up individual, you know I'm a messed up individual, and we're going to be some messed up individuals together. Okay? That's stage 5. That is complete commitment. Complete. Because now, when you were committed the first time, you only committed to what you thought they were. Now you're actually committing to who they actually are. That's the difference. And many people do not make it there. Your initial commitment is not to a real person. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. Your initial commitment is to a representative. It's as simple as that. How many people do you know you meet and you know who they are within a month? Exactly everything about them. Nobody. It doesn't happen. So you're not committing to a whole person. You're only committing to that month that you know about them. That's it. And you gotta understand that. 3 months into a relationship, nobody's gonna change who they were for 20 years for you. It's not gonna happen. Do that even sound right? Are you willing to do that? That don't make no sense. So why would you expect somebody to do that for you? That doesn't make any sense. So we have to sometimes ignore how we feel about something and use our brains, okay? Logic. Logic says, I'm not gonna change for you, so why would I want you to do that? That doesn't make sense. Never ask somebody to do something you're not willing to do. Okay? So these Alright, so now we going into red flags. How do we know where we are? How do we know if that person's on the same page as us? This and that, right? Oh, this is gonna fill up the whole rest of the board.
It really is.
Yes.
If they critique your best on in a way that is just starting to bog you down and drain you.
So they're very critical. Y'all know the difference between criticism and constructive criticism.
Yep.
So if it's not, that's the key. If it's not constructive, again, like we just talked about being bad with money. It's the difference between saying you just bad with money. You don't need to have no money, or saying, maybe you could do this instead of that. That's a complete difference. You're saying the same thing, but it's a difference. Okay? So if they're critical versus having constructive criticism, that's a red flag. That means that they only see negative. They don't see solutions. Yeah, pessimists, they only see problems. So you have people that have solutions to every problem, people have problems for every solution. That's these people. All right?
Y'all don't have the same sense of humor.
Okay, like what though? Because there are different types, and one is kind of offensive. So what do you mean?
Nah, I just feel like, as far as everybody I feel is corny in their own way.
Mm-hmm.
And if y'all not the same type of corny, it's just not about to work out.
So you can have a dry sense of humor?
Yeah,
like
like
Napoleon Dynamite, anybody seen that? Dry.
And then some people have a really dark sense of humor, and you listen to their jokes and you're like, all right, you gotta relax.
Yeah.
But
and sometimes you can even hear that same negativity in their jokes. You have to listen to what they say. You're right. That's true. People will tell you who they are if you just listen.
But I got a dark sense of humor, so I'll be like, it's like a little, if you get someone that
I
has a
mean,
dark
y'all know who to stay away from, right? I'm just
You
joking.
know what I'm saying? So, if you got a dark sense of humor, get someone that's going to laugh with you. But it's going to...
What's your definition of a dark sense of
So,
humor?
I'll joke, they'll be like, oh, what's pathetic? And I'll be like, my life. But it's my way of expressing, oh, man, I'm a little insecure about things. So, hey, if you're going to be here, know that. You know what I'm saying?
Would y'all consider that dark?
no, that's pretty. No, that's pretty dark. That can get dark.
That was
It's
light.
darker than that.
Okay.
There's worse because it'd be worse.
Because what?
Be like, I wouldn't fall down the flight of
This is
stairs.
just
And then we
like
all laugh,
a
but
story
be
of
like, I really
mine.
did that shit.
It was
Hold
one
on.
time my teacher was talking about her mother.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, nobody knew in the class that her mother was dead.
Damn.
And then at the end of the story, she was like, sometimes I call my mom sometimes, but then she's like, oh wait, she's dead. And then
nobody knew anything.
Nobody did anything, but me, I was sitting there and I was cracking up because she said it in a way that was supposed to be funny. You see, he's laughing like,
Oh, that's funny as shit. Nah, that's funny as
everybody's
shit.
sitting there looking at me like, why would you laugh at that? And then I'm laughing there with the teacher, but then I just realized that, wow, I'm really messed up.
Why'd you take you to the whole story like that, bro?
Information. I feel like that was a direct setup. That was not.
No, that's a punchline. She knew what she was doing.
Yeah. There's no way you would have known not to laugh at that, so you can't feel bad. But that is dark.
That's the dark.
That's dark.
That's darker than that.
Do you see the difference?
No, but I was just dying.
No.
She said that damn, that's funny.
Yeah, because you're sitting there, she's sitting there, she's like, oh, she still calls her mom. That's so nice. And then next thing you know, she's like, but she's dead. I'm like, it's just a shocking.
Why would she say that to her
I
class?
almost feel like she wanted that reaction.
That's so awkward. Why would she say that?
Because you don't. Who else in here would do that? Nobody.
No, that's not okay.
It happens because I had this one time me and my friends were talking about our moms and stuff like that, and then they're my friends, they were acquaintances at school.
Damn.
I just happened to say,
She had to be clear.
They're like, so where your mom at? And I'm like, oh, she's dead. and they're like,
Yeah, so I feel like she probably was
Wait, your
comfortable
mom
with
actually
it.
did?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Oh.
But she's comfortable with it. So like the girl was saying, the girl that was telling a joke, it seemed like she was comfortable with it, and she almost wanted to see our reaction. But she did want that though. Like you weren't looking for that. You just like I'm over it. So or to an extent where I can say it, talk about it. And she didn't make any of that clear. She just I'm gonna set y'all up.
I sat there and I was almost in tears because I was just sitting
Because
there.
that's your natural reaction to death or grief, knowing how you would feel.
Can we stop talking about dead moms though?
All right. All right. What else? What's another red flag that you've encountered? Yeah. If they're inconsiderate, absolutely. Most inconsiderate people, you know why they are that way?
They selfish.
That's what I was gonna say.
They selfish.
Big red flag. We're gonna put that in all caps. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why this is in all caps. Yeah. Go ahead. I remember. Go ahead.
Nah, I'm just saying selfish people suck. I'm just thinking about it. A certain person.
Selfishness is the biggest red flag. If you're with a selfish person, how they gonna care about you? They only care about themselves. Why would you expect them to care about you? There's no way. You know why? Because they're selfish. So it logically doesn't make sense to expect a selfish person to therefore care about you and your feelings. It's not gonna happen. Don't even expect it. You understand? So if you want to be with the selfish person, go right ahead, but don't expect anything other than to be disappointed constantly. Okay? But go ahead. I'm just saying, if that's what you want with your life, this is what you do. But if you don't want that, stay away from these people. If you have to confidently tell somebody you're selfish or I think you're selfish, they probably are. Because genuine people, giving people don't make you feel like they're selfish.
You know what?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was saying, like, people can also be manipulative.
Mm.
Because they'll make you feel like you're being selfish when really, like, you're giving them, like, your all, but they just, like, constantly want more. So they'll try to manipulate you into feeling like you're selfish. You're not about to manipulate.
Another cap.
That'll never work. I'm sorry.
Never.
Never. You just said it. Right?
That I'm gonna talk more about that. What was yours?
I would say, the way they treat people, like that they feel like lower than them. Like you'll go out with somebody and then how they talk to the waitress.
Grandiose.
You're like
Grandiose.
Pretentious.
Grandiosity. Okay. Oh yes, this is huge.
because they treat you good
Like they're superior.
because they want something from you, but then they'll treat people that they feel like, oh yeah, I have nothing to get from that person. And you're like, okay, that's how
We're
they
gonna
treat
talk
them.
about why that is. Okay? Why is that? So let's go back to manipulation first, and then we're gonna get to this one. Okay? You have a question?
The thing I was gonna say from manipulation.
Mhm.
The thing about manipulation, some people say that, oh, I would never get manipulated, but until when you meet that person, then they'll easily manipulate you. Like, oh, can I borrow like $30?
You could be the smartest person in the world, the best heart in the world, and still get manipulated. And matter of fact, if you're like that, you're gonna get manipulated even more. You know why? Because they can see it in you. They know you have a pure heart. They know you're giving. So you're gonna be a target. Don't ever think that's the exact mentality that gets you like that. That gets you. They think they so confident. They don't think they getting you the whole time. Don't ever think if you know you're a good person, know you're a target. That's as simple as that. Okay? People are going to target you, and you have to be careful with your boundaries. You have to be careful with your standards because as soon as you move the goalposts, they gonna move it too. You understand? Okay? So with being manipulated, though, you have a question?
I just have one more.
Okay.
Oh, if you wanted to talk about
No, we'll talk about all of them.
Oh,
I'm not gonna say all of
like
them.
a person like their mentality, you know what I'm saying, how they view life and stuff like that. Sometimes that could be,
What would we call that? That's good, but
I don't know.
how would
Perception on life.
Their pessimism.
perception, ideology? There you go. Okay, those are good
and
ones.
can that go hand in hand with their intelligence? Because this one girl asked what the date was on a flyer. I was like, shouldn't that be on the flyer? She really asked the teacher, is the date on the flyer for an event?
This could be interchange. Ideology could be interchange for perspective.
It's just common sense. 'Cause she probably kind of book smart, so you know.
Maybe she just
No,
told
she's
you.
not.
Some people are smart, but
It's like crazy.
No, some people miss things because they're disassociated.
What you mean?
They focus on other stuff. They don't really care about what's going on.
It's a
I don't
thing.
like people like that.
So that's another red flag though. That's another red flag. Disassociation. Okay. Again, we're gonna go in detail with all of these things, so I don't think you're gonna miss anything. All right. If you think of another one, just raise your hand. Let me know.
What about anger issues?
Oh, big jump. Now, when you say anger issues, though, that could be wide.
I know. I don't know how to make it specific.
Yeah. So I mean, give me an example.
Yeah, temper or something.
Like a short temper.
Oh yeah, abuse.
Overly aggressive.
Oh no, we are gonna get that.
Can I add something?
They're like a bully.
Yeah, physical and mental.
You ever had someone choke you and you didn't like that joint? Like that's a whole. That's
Wait, what?
You ever had someone choke you and it's not the type of choking you want? Like that shit's crazy.
That doesn't sound good. Well, we're gonna go through that one with violence though, but go ahead. Back in the back.
Oh
Yeah.
So I don't know what the correct phrase to use, but like if you're talking to someone and you reach a particular point where you plateau and you feel like you should have a discussion to move forward, but the person is deflecting. Yeah, like how do you
Deflect. Oh, I'm putting that in caps. I'm putting that in caps. I'm putting that in caps. Oh, this is the one that's gonna drive you crazy. Okay? Deflection will make you feel like, are we even having the same conversation? Okay? Deflection. Also. So now that brings me to two other D words. Denial.
I don't know what this would be called, but like someone who's not able to acknowledge whenever they're wrong in an argument or even just in
Defensive.
Victims.
Victim.
Pissy. Oh, that made me
That's
cry.
how like
Aggressive.
Didn't I say I was gonna take up the rest of the board? Y'all thought I was lying? Didn't I say I was gonna take up the rest of the board?
yeah.
I thought I was lying, didn't y'all?
Now there's a lot out there.
I'll see, I'm doing right so fast I can't even spell right.
Oh, I have another one.
She got another one.
So like people that are whenever you get in an argument with people and they're like petty.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's a
Ooh,
big
pettiness,
word.
pettiness, yes.
Like,
Why are you so petty? We know we petty, but we know our level of petty, right? It don't never go beyond that. That's it. If you have somebody that is like just unpredictably petty,
It's like going after something that you know
Red
can
flag.
hurt somebody.
But sometimes they're a good person.
I had to point that out because we're all petty to an extent. So that's, you know, to make the distinction.
There's like a limit to being petty. There's times to be petty, and there's times when not to be petty. And I feel like
Some people hold
some people
Exactly, like,
they never forget about it.
Exactly.
like
All right, we're gonna stop here because we got a whole lot. Okay, we still over here. So for now, we're gonna go through these just a little quick because we ain't got all day. But as far as being manipulated, I really like the fact that somebody pointed out that some people think they can't be and you actually can. That's important. I wanted to come back to that because people are going. There are like two different types of people in the world when it comes to relationships. People who actually can have feelings and feel love and whatever, and people who can't. That's it. There's only two.
wait, you said what?
There's only two types of people that can possibly be in a relationship. People who have feelings and people who don't. And you have to be able to make that distinction. Okay? Because some people can fake it. They can fake it till they make it. And some people will mirror your identity, right? Because you're a genuine person and because you're nice and you're fun and they mirror that. Again, when you meet them, you don't know them. You don't know what their personality was. Do your homework. Ask questions. Ask about their family. Okay? Because however they are with you, if they're isolated or if you're isolated, that's all you know. Okay? That's where manipulation comes in. Because you don't know and they know you don't know. They use all of that information against you. You understand what I'm saying? So be careful or ask questions and let them know I'm going to challenge you. Don't let anything slide. Because they can't handle that. They can't handle the heat. But they'll do this all day. But they can't handle when you don't accept it. So that's how you'll know. Okay? If you're being manipulated. Grandiosity. Now, these are the people who think they're better than everybody. Right? and you can tell. Again, this young lady, what's your name? Kamisha said that these are the people that talk down to people who can do nothing for them. That is important. That means if you have any benefit in their life, it could be sex, it could be emotional support, it could be money, it could be anything. If you have any one benefit that you can give them, they're going to be nice to you. But if you see them treat the next person like trash, guess what? They're not a good person. They're using you for what, and it could just be for your time or your companionship or your energy. It could be anything. You could be like, what do I have to offer this person? Why do they want to use me? It could be anything. So just keep that mindful. These people, they don't have feelings, they don't have a soul, they need supply for everything. So every person that they meet is a supply for something. And so it could just be one little thing for you. All right? So remember that. Now, the ideology or perspective on life. Again, who said this one? Okay, can you explain?
She know my name too.
I'm sorry.
No, but like your ideology, like, all right, so let's say I'm suicidal, but then the other person's like, oh man, life is great, this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
Even from the music, the whole vibe, like this one girl, I was low-key depressed, and she was like, happy, happy, joy, joy. So every day she would come with like the whitest, happiest music. I'd be like, can I listen to Biggie Smalls now? I mean,
But
be
I
like,
feel
bro.
like those people to me, I think they're ignorant because like, if you can't recognize that like other people can't just be happy all the time, like people are going through things that like might bring them down, and you just act like, oh my god, life is just so great. Like you're to me like you're ignorant because you're not acknowledging that everybody can be exactly.
Sometimes people do.
That might be the word that she knew to use, but this is what it really is.
Yeah.
But sometimes people act like that because they're going through stuff themselves. Like maybe something's going on at home, but they're not gonna let their energy bring you guys down. Like,
So look.
like if I'm upset or something, I'm not gonna let you know because then that's just gonna ruin your time.
But you know what you have to do in order to be like that? When you're really sad, but I'm going to act happy, you have to disassociate. You have to disconnect yourself from how you're really feeling or whatever you're really going through in order to act like that. So you can't be real, right? Because you're really broken. You're really hurt or sad or whatever the case may be. Doesn't mean you have to show it all the time, but I need you to understand that in order to disconnect from that feeling, this is what you must do. You have to. Because if my mom passed away this morning, I could not be in here doing this right now like this. I have to disassociate myself from that in order to do this. Does that make sense? So disassociation is a problem in itself. Yeah?
Does that also go hand in hand? Okay, so say like for me personally, I'm not thought about something that I'm like not feeling my best.
Mhm.
I like to isolate myself. Would that be like a weird one? Because I know like that has been a problem with my past like relationships. When I isolate myself, people like they don't respond well to it. But I would not talk to them.
Okay, what's your reason for that's called withdrawing. What's your reason for withdrawing? Okay, so this is nothing's wrong with that. You know why? Because you're actually doing it. You're not doing this. You're saying, I don't, like you say, I don't want to bring everybody's energy down. She doesn't want to either. So instead of being around them and being fake, she stays to herself and deals with the emotions. So she's not disconnected. She's fully connected, which is why she won't take that energy around other people. That's how you should. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Because it's the same thing. All you're doing is putting it to the side and saying, I'm going to deal with life anyway. Dealing with it. Because dealing with it takes you to healing. And then you can heal, and then you can go back to where you were before, or even better, to a better place. When you disassociate, you don't deal with anything. And disassociation is the main reason why we have toxic people.
Is that like, just like basically attachment altogether?
Yeah, exactly. It's a disattachment, a disconnect, a detachment from basically reality. Because whatever you're really dealing with is reality. So if you're not dealing with that, where are you? You're in fantasy world. Yeah.
If you're not disassociating or withdrawing, like what's in between that?
In between, you might actually be able to be around people still and still be yourself, but just know how to balance it.
Cause like you can know when to like spend time with, like, let's say your friends, if you are feeling down, and like use their energy, like pick you up, and then be like, all right, I'm done hanging out with y'all. I need to like
There you
go be by myself
because
and
now your
recharge.
energy has been exhausted. Now you need to preserve the rest of your energy for yourself.
You know what though? Like,
Oh no, go ahead and share her hand.
Isn't it like the same thing like when you go to work, but you have to like put on the work mentality, even though you're hurting or whatever you want to do, because you have to do the day. So you're not really just associating yourself. You're still doing yourself because you're still doing the daily tasks. You're just not. You're not gonna let them know.
Right, because you don't have to wear it on your sleeve all day. You know what I mean? But you still know what's going on. But you still have to. You have a livelihood. You still have to keep your job. You can't like put your job on hold. When I get over this, I'm gonna come back in a month. You can't do that. So knowing you can't do that.
It's like kind of plays everything because you can't come here. You couldn't come if your mother died. You couldn't come here and bother.
Right.
You would have to wait until you.
I would have got a sub, or y'all would have class would have been canceled today. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's just too soon. Now maybe in a couple of weeks, I can come back in class, and like she said, I'm at work. I'm still dealing with it,
Right.
but I'm at work. I'm able to. I found a way to cope. Put it like that. And it's not by disassociating. It's by saying I know I gotta keep my job. I know these kids need a teacher. You know, whatever. But I'm gonna deal with this time and place when I get back home or when I get outside of that environment. So I'm not disconnected. I would be disassociating if I spent my entire day like that. Just disassociating.
That's depression.
Well, that leads to depression. It leads to depression and a whole lot of other things. Okay? But I'm going to tell you the main thing it leads to that covers everything. This is what people don't know. Okay? So anger, short temper, we already know that's a problem. Okay? If whatever you did or that person perceived that you did does not warrant that response, it's a red flag. And you know what that means because your body reacts. Why'd you just react like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know when somebody's overreacting or when they just, you know. So, I mean, that's pretty much self-explanatory, right? Okay, same with aggression and bullying. This all goes under the same umbrella, all of this, okay? Because they'll do it in different ways. You might have somebody that's not violent, but they might just be aggressive. Or this is one that we didn't put up there. This is what we should have put: passive aggressive. Write that down and underline it and circle it and put a star on top of it. Okay? If a person is passive aggressive, you do not want to deal with them in a friendship, in a family. It don't matter, and they will never get past that. This is a person who, and sometimes they are nice to you. Have you ever had somebody that's like, I'm gonna be nice to them today, like, oh hey, how you doing, whatever. Like they say they texting you. They texting you. They start off with text, hey, how you doing? And they you can tell they want something. You don't know what they want. They might want to spend time with you. They might want money. It could be anything. But you know they want something. They're being really nice. And then as soon as you the earth, you are the biggest bitch to ever walk the land. Okay? But 2 seconds ago it was, hey baby, how you doing? Don't want to deal with that person. You can go ahead if you want to. But your relationship gonna be just like this. It's gonna be just like this. Every day. Now they gonna go about it, it's not like that in some capacity. Because they don't know any other way to communicate. They don't know any other way to be. Okay? Y'all got that? Yeah. So this is just us letting us know who not to deal with in our lives, basically. And then you could weed all them out, and I guarantee you it'll be narrowed way down. Okay? And that's what you got to pick from. That's another one. Territorial. That's territorial to me in human form means controlling. How are you territorial? I'm a person, you're a person. How are you territorial? That doesn't even make any sense. We're not dogs. Okay? So this equals controlling. This equals control.
Some people think it's cute.
Again, they don't know another way to communicate. These are the people we stay away from. So let them think that.
No, I'm saying like the other person will like, in the beginning, they're like, oh, he get jealous.
Oh, because the way they do it. Remember I said people have different ways of doing things. Yeah. So they'll show it by saying, oh, I only want you to wear short skirts when you're with me. Because I don't want nobody looking at my girl. Controlling. They looking at me when you with me too. What's the difference? I got the same body. Okay? Controlling. So just know that. I'm gonna get him first.
Possessive too? Being possessive?
Being possessive, yes. Territorial possessiveness. all of that. Anytime they're trying to, basically that makes you an object. Period. I mean, like I said, how you gonna be territorial? I'm a person, you're a person. If you're territorial, you don't view me as your equal. There's no way you can.
So what about, okay, would territorial be considered like, if they say, oh, I trust you, but I don't trust them?
Oh, that's the best line. Manipulation.
Really?
Yes. Yes. That is the biggest line of manipulation you will ever hear. It's not you, it's me. It's not them, it's you. Come on, y'all. Manipulation. Okay, I need you to say that line again, and we're gonna break it all the way down. We're gonna break it. Oh, what's the line? What's the line?
I trust you, but I don't trust them.
I trust you, but I don't trust them. What does that even mean?
No, I can explain that to a degree. I can explain it to a degree. It's not right. It's not right, right?
It's not right at all.
But if you're a dude, if you're a dude and you like, oh, I know how dudes think. So if you go out and I'm like, oh, you look good, all these other dudes are gonna be like, oh, you look good. And what if they try something?
But guess what?
But regardless if you're there, they still might try something. So
Exactly. What's gonna make them not slip me their number or look or try to brush past me and say, excuse me? You know what I'm saying? So they can get. What's gonna make them not do that? People gonna do what they want, right? If I want to cheat, I'm gonna do it whether you're here or not.
Right.
What does that mean? That's the when you have to constantly ask somebody with the present things they saying. What does that mean? That means they don't even know what they're talking about. Okay? They just want to say whatever they gotta say to manipulate you, and that's why it doesn't make any sense.
Isn't that kind of like
Oh yes, that's a huge one. That's like the whole point for all this, because they're insecure. That's why it's a cap.
Underline it twice.
I'll underline twice for the start of the way. Capitalize everything. Yeah.
Like a person, something that bothers somebody else, and they like constantly like make jokes about it, or they'll like bring it up like in little conversations, and something kind of like has to do with that,
Like kind of telling your business, but not.
I want to tell a story, but then I feel like that's too personal.
No, if you can kind of try to make it general a little bit, but I would love to hear it. Story time.
Let me try to think more, because I feel like this happens to me a lot. People get scared to tell me how they really feel just because they're scared of how I'll react for some reason. I mean, actually no, because I do have a strong personality, and I know that, and I'm outspoken, so like you will get.
I'm like you. Okay, so I connect to that. Okay.
All of that for me. So like, let's say I'm doing something that's bothering somebody else. They'll like make little jokes about it, or like slip it into like conversations to be like, oh, but you, of course, you know, you don't do this, blah blah blah, and like try to like laugh it off. Like, what would you call that? Because that gets on my nerves. Because if you feel some type of way, or you're feeling, yeah, you need to tell me because. Yeah, exactly. You guys get what I'm saying? Yeah, like, I don't like that. Like, what do you?
I love you, miss.
But that's fine because I'm not about to repeat myself.
Wait. Can you at least tell me the synopsis?
I'm not going to tell the story because it's
No,
too
not the
personal.
story, just the life.
People having a problem with her and not being upfront about it, so they can feel it in your actions.
But it's like they like make little jokes about it instead of like telling me like they feel some type of way, but they don't actually.
I'm about to show you what that is. It's called projecting.
Can you break that down?
It's called projecting. Let me tell you. This is who said. Somebody made a comment about me writing up here. Who said that? It's like she writing all at the top. It's all big.
Oh, I know this important now.
Because you know why, right? Everybody does it. But again, this is like pettiness. It's to an extent.
Yeah, exactly. There we go.
So we all project to an extent. But when it goes beyond, because you know, even if somebody that you don't mess with no more told you something, you're not going to go in front of people and be like, you know, say little stuff here and you're not going to do that. That's not the type of person you are.
Yeah.
They don't care about that. Again, people who have feelings, people who don't. You narrow it down to that, you'll see what if that's just the category they're going, it really don't matter anything else about their personality after that, because we already know it's going to be all messed up. It's going to be all toxic. It's going to be some of these in there somewhere, right? So we don't want to mess with them. But when people project, it's because, okay, how can I give you an example of this? Okay, you got one?
Like, all right, so, yeah, it was when I was in my feelings and stuff like that, so I didn't know how to tell my girlfriend straight up I was having a problem. So I wrote a whole song, recorded it, then I forgot about it. And then I'm like, oh, babe, you gotta listen to some of my new music.
How you forget?
She like, got a girl and she don't love me. We're like, what you talking about? I'm like, oh, shit.
Okay, that's projecting, but it's not. That's not like a red flag projection, but it's still an example of projection.
And
Yeah,
that point,
you
we
forget.
had a conversation after.
See, so that's. See, I didn't even know that, but I knew it wasn't a red flag.
Oh, then I'm good.
I didn't even know that they had a conversation after it. Most people, when they project, you cannot have a conversation afterward because they projected so much, you not having the same conversation no more.
We gonna have that
That's-
conversation. I'm be like, so what's the issue?
Yeah.
Really good with it.
But I'm gonna tell you why it happens. You got a question?
No, I wanted to ask something on to it too. People got lying. That's like the biggest.
Oh, yeah, how we forget that? That's the biggest red flag.
I think lying just goes without saying.
Yeah. But no, again, this is just like projecting and pettiness. We all lie to a certain
Nah,
extent.
but that's sarcasm. There's a difference between you being sarcastic and you're telling me lies. Like,
Okay, we all lie to a certain extent. Come on now. Come on. Hey, Toya. We all lie to a certain extent. We all project to a certain extent. We're all petty to a certain extent. We all have we know the limit. It's not even that we have it. We know it. We know the another person's limit should be. Right? So if you're lying about any and everything, you're a liar. Right? There's no way around it. There's no excuse. If you keep catching somebody in small lies and they keep trying to give you excuses, they're never going to stop lying to you. It's not going to happen. Because how are you justifying your lies? Or how you going to tell me the sun is purple? I mean, the sky's purple. I can see it. You can put the truth right in front of their face and they still going to find a way to lie to you. Them type of people.
That was pathological liar.
Pathological, yes.
Those are the people that believe they own lies.
There you go. Because they live in that fantasy world, because they disassociated. Do y'all see the pattern now? And that's why they project. Because when you're not able to be accountable for your actions, all you know how to do is project that onto somebody else, which also ends up in blame shifting.
Son, this is just hitting home.
Isn't it? I'm going to blow y'all mind today. Okay? So blame shifting is huge. But blame shifting goes under abuse. That's psychological abuse. So call it what it is. It's emotional, mental, psychological abuse.
That goes with being defensive. Also.
All of this does.
Yeah.
But again, I'm going to tell you what the big umbrella is after we go through all of these, okay? So blame shifting is huge. If a person can somehow make something they did wrong to you your problem or you the fault of it, what just happened? How did that happen? How wrong me? Why am I wrong? What? How many times that happened to y'all? Everybody had that happen. I can raise on my hands, on my toes, everything. Because people do it every day because they don't know any better. I'm telling y'all this. They don't know. You can try to fix them all you want. It's not going to happen. It's not.
Like how guys will cheat and then they'll blame you for them cheating. Like, oh yeah, I cheated
because you didn't do this. There you go. No, you cheated because you wanted to.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean.
You know what I say in this situation? I'd be like, guess what? This time you probably even know. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna blow your mind. You could have just broke up with me.
No,
you ain't know that?
on a serious note.
You didn't know? Maybe you didn't know. So this is announcement. This is news.
yeah, I was gonna say if he cheating, he don't want to break up with you.
But that's the whole thing. So that's how you catch them. That's how you catch them in their projection. You could have just broke up
You're
with
not,
me.
something's
Now
not
what's your
right,
answer?
but I mean,
Now what's your answer? Because I'm fine with that. I would respect that. Because if you could say you did this is why I cheated, then why did you break up with me? Because you didn't want to. That's how you get to the root of the real answer, though.
Yeah.
Because you didn't want to. You wanted to cheat. You wanted to keep me around and have somebody else. It's as simple as that. So that's how you get rid of that problem.
Regardless, it's still gonna be heard, but it's that level of respect. Just let me know.
Oh, okay. That's what's lacking, right? So they also disrespectful.
Right.
Very disrespectful.
That's my sister.
Now, how many red flags do y'all need? I'm just saying.
I need a lot.
How many do y'all need? No, if you ain't woke up yet, then you just deserve to be there. Come on now. You can't call abuse. This is you abusing your damn self. Okay?
sometimes disillusionment, you can catch it if you paying attention in the honeymoon phase. Not in the honeymoon phase, you paying attention, you can see all the songs red flags, but you tell you, because like you were saying, off of the first time someone joking with you, right? If someone's messing around with you, and like, let's say he was like, oh, haha, my life's pathetic or whatever, like that type of joke, and they keep doing that. Let's say like it's just a FaceTime call or whatever, and you listen to the stories you're getting out of them and stuff like that, and that's the way they view life, and you're like, oh no, people have to be like, I can change them. With me, it's gonna be different. Who are you? Like, you don't, it doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't, and like, you trick yourself to the point where you get to being committed with someone, because yeah, they have a lot of great qualities about them, but it still doesn't like deal with the fact that you're young and you need to work on you, and you can't deal with someone being.
Which one? Look, all of it. Because you know what all of this spells? You know what all of this spells? All of this, in reality, all this spells is toxic. That's it. This is just all toxic.
Thank you, Elijah.
So these are all the things that are actively in relationships that shouldn't even be there. None of these things should be there.
But no relationship is perfect, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, no. You're going to leave this class thinking differently today.
Nah.
Y'all heard what she just said, right?
But no, that's how you get straight into it.
This all we gonna do.
That's why 50% of marriages end in divorce, bro.
Y'all should know I'm very simple by now, right? This all we gonna do. What you just say?
Like, I mean,
No. I just need to know what you just said.
I don't think I want to.
No, just say exactly what you said the first time. That got everybody reacting.
Nobody-
You said nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. How do you get from nobody's perfect to this?
Making excuses for the person.
There you go. Making excuses. Being disassociated. Being disillusioned. That's what makes you think nobody's perfect. Because we're not. But what does that mean? Does that mean I'm justified in my selfishness because I'm not perfect?
But there's some people who can bring out the best in you.
Disrespect you because I'm not perfect? Does it? Where do you draw the line is my question. From saying nobody's perfect to getting to this. There's a big gray area between you. 3 red flags. That's your standard you're going to give yourself. No, that's good. I'm not saying anything's wrong with that. But you have to have a standard is all I'm saying. You have to. Because if you don't, you're going to give an excuse every time something happens. You're going to say, oh, he's not perfect. He's not perfect. So you have to give yourself a limit.
You gotta also know what you can and can't.
That's a good question.
No, I don't think 2 toxic people can work and change it. I mean, 2 toxic people is, first of all, 1 toxic person is bad. Okay? You can have a genuine person and a toxic person together, and that's already bad. So imagine 2 toxic people. The chances are probably low. The only reason that I think it could work is if they know they're toxic. I'll give you a prime example. Let's say, y'all listening to the example? This is the question on the live is, can 2 toxic people work it out? Okay, and change. Yo, we live. We live.
Oh, yeah, y'all getting mad love on.
My bad, I should have told that. Anyway, so let's say you just got out of a relationship. You got a toxic relationship. When you were in your toxic relationship, you developed some of these qualities because you didn't know how to deal with that person. You actually didn't even know what you were dealing with. You just knew that some of these things came up from time to time. Right? But at other times, they were good to you. Nice, took you out, make you feel great, you know. So you didn't really know that it was toxic because there was that pattern of up and down, okay? But in that relationship, you developed some of these qualities. You might have disassociated because you're like, how you treat me so nice today, but then, you know, so you might dissociate a little bit. You might become a little petty because you got to play his game sometimes, right? You might even be disrespectful because he disrespects you too. But that's not really who you are. But that's what you've developed now because you've learned it by being in this relationship. Right. Now, let's say you have a man that just came out of a toxic relationship also. So now the same exact thing has happened. Now, both of y'all got a little toxicity. Even though you're not really toxic, it has rubbed off on you. Both of you. Now y'all meet and y'all want to get together. How do you then navigate that? Go ahead.
I personally feel like the best way to deal with that, because you're going to have some of those toxic traits until like you heal yourself. So you can like talk to somebody, take your time and get to know them, and deal with like, you know, making yourself into a better person, like having like a self-reflection period.
There you go.
That's why that jump into relationship stuff does not work. It's just going to continue toxicity.
Because people skip all those conversations that you just talked about. That's exactly what happens. So now you can see this picture, right? And literally what she just said is the only way it'll work. If both of you guys are on the same page and saying, I am aware, I'm self-aware, so that's the biggest one. You have to have, no, we're going to go on this side. I don't like that.
Being able to acknowledge.
You gotta be self-aware, because these are the good things, okay? Self-awareness. If you know, because most people, when they come out of that thing, they don't even know that that's what they are now. They don't know why they're like that. They're just like, I'm not gonna trust anybody. I don't love nobody. Not even myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's bitter and like they hate life and love isn't even a thing anymore. But that's not what they were experiencing in the first place. That's just what they called it. Real love is not like that, right? So they don't even know that yet, but they don't even want to find out because they don't want to be hurt again. So the part that we got to when I say you're like that and he's like that, they don't even get that far. Because they're not even self-aware enough to know that that stuff rubbed off on them in the first place. They just start acting like that, right? They're not going to have a conversation with you and say, guess what? I just realized when I got out of my last relationship, a little bit of him rubbed off on me too. So I need to work this out before I can give you myself, because I'm not even myself right now. Nobody says that. But that's what it is. Okay? So if both people are self-aware and they know that and they have that conversation, they say, okay, well, we know that, so when I project, don't take it personally, and I'm going to check, you just check me, right? I'll check you, and we'll keep each other accountable, and this is how we're going to make this work. It can work. Okay? That is the only way it can work. Even if one person doesn't get it, it's not going to work. Because it's a relationship, it's between two people, you have to be on the same page. You have to be. Because if not, you're going to grow, and that person's going to stay stagnant. They might even retreat. Okay?
This is unrelated, but if you're on live, can I have the live? Like, you send it? Like, because I want to.
We can like do, y'all can add me on Facebook, or I don't know how I can, if I can download it, but we'll find a way. We'll find a way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all can say y'all can follow, and we'll find a way. Yeah, and it's public also. So like, even if you're not my friend, you can go on my page and see it. Okay? Yeah.
Wait, chill out.
You got, and I write my full name down because that's not my full name. So if you want to even do it now, you can. My full name. Don't laugh at me, y'all.
Is it like locally?
Qualamia.
Oh, my God.
What was that? I like that.
It was my disrespectful denial, defensive deflection by
all of that. Y'all, he's telling y'all who he is. Just listen. Y'all hear it? He's telling you who he is. That's what they do.
But I'm self-aware of it.
But he's self-aware. So he's not really like that. Most people aren't like that, aren't self-aware. He's joking.
Right.
They would never say, this is how I am. They're gonna make themselves appear to be.
But not.
They're gonna just say little things that you gotta take note of. They're not gonna tell you. Is what I'm saying. He's telling us. Yes.
Yeah, I understand how this question, but do red flags mean that you throw the towel and walk away, or do
Oh, you're gonna be that one.
Or does it mean that you try to work it out?
Well,
This means that we have to.
every relationship is different. So I can't say as a blanket statement, work it out or leave, right? What I can say is, like I told this young lady here, is to make a standard for yourself. Because everybody's standard is going to be different. Everybody's capacity is different. Everybody's tolerance level is different, right? And it depends on who you're with. You know, how brash are they? Or are they broken? It's a difference. So it depends on who you're with, whether or not you think it's actually worth it. Again, if you see a person that you know could be possibly genuine or a good person, but you know they would just hurt, that might be a person you want to work it out with. But if you know that you know things are happening and you're like, this doesn't make sense, this doesn't add up, and people from their past telling me this too, like, it's probably not a good person, you know, or somebody that you want to waste your time trying to work it out with, because they ain't gonna work anyway. So that's why I say waste your time, because that's all you're gonna be doing is wasting time. I'm just telling you this because it's the truth. Don't think I can fix it. You can't. You can only do things.
Doesn't a lot of disillusionment come from good sex too?
From what?
Good sex.
That could be true. It depends. If you're disconnected, it will come from good sex. Because if you're connected, it won't. You'll be like, okay, this is just good sex.
You find a lot of people who stay in terrible relationships because things are bomb.
Yeah. So look, how many dots does this word have? How many times do you keep pointing at that? That's all they're doing. In the act of sex, they're disassociating, saying the feeling is so great right now. As soon as you get off, he's gonna call you a B. He's gonna call you a hoe. He's gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you're disconnecting from it because you just want that feeling. I'm sorry, somebody had that experience? Oh no, I thought he was saying, yeah, that happened. Oh my God.
Jealousy?
Jealousy?
Or is that separate?
Well, I'm sorry.
Keyword?
No, that's different. It's
Jealousy
actually
is
different.
insecure, right?
It's not the same. It's not the same.
Really?
No, I'm gonna tell you the distinction.
I always thought it was like related to it.
It can be related.
Is it?
It can be related. Let me tell you the difference between these things. Insecurity is about self. Strictly, there's nothing outside of you that can make you insecure. Nothing. Jealousy is a projection of insecurity. There are many different ways that can manifest. That insecurity can manifest. It can manifest in control. I don't want you to leave me. I don't want you to abandon me. I don't want to feel abandoned, so I'm going to control you. It could manifest in jealousy. I don't want you. Who said that? I don't trust them thing. Yeah, that's jealousy, but that comes from insecurity. I don't trust them. Again, what does that mean? Right. That means you probably don't trust them, but it could be because you don't trust yourself. It could be because you don't trust me, but you don't want to tell me that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Or it could be because you're insecure and it ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
It's just a projection of insecurity. That's the difference. So jealousy is like the symptom, right? And insecurity is like the disease.
What about
so for anytime you get a disease, you have different symptoms of it, right? Control is one. Competitive is one. Jealous is a symptom. Okay? Anger is a symptom. I'm insecure, so I'm going to act out. Because if I act out, I know you're not going to want my reaction, so you're not going to act like that anymore. It's a form of control. But it's a symptom. Okay? People will act a certain way just to shut you up because they know that you're not going to want to deal with their reaction. So they overreact on purpose. So that you can say, the next time this happens, I'm not even going to confront them because I don't want to deal with that. That is manipulation all day. So when you think we can't get manipulated, oh, it's so subtle, you won't even know. You won't even know.
Damn, I just got triggered.
Trick bag. Trick bag, okay? That is a trick bag. Do y'all understand? Do y'all see the picture? That insecurity is the disease. That is the cancer. Okay?
Projection is the contagious stuff.
Yeah. Projection is also a symptom. It's a symptom of insecurity. That's how some people do it. I'm not wrong, you are. When they clearly did it. They clearly did it. And you can show it to them all day and they're still not going to be accountable. They're just going to project it back onto you. Or somebody else. It's somebody else's fault. A man can have 10 kids with 10 different women and he'll blame it on all 10 of them. He ain't do nothing wrong. Projection. He did nothing. I told her I didn't want to have it. Everything is her fault. Everything. Or somebody's fault. It's never theirs. Y'all heard this before, right? I heard somebody say con artist. That's exactly what did you?
I said it wasn't me, it was a condom.
Oh, condom. Yeah, the condom. It's always somebody else's fault. It broke. She told me she was on birth control.
Wait. Sometimes
all this stuff. Okay, that's cool. But that ain't what we're talking about. That's the excuse.
Okay, that's cool.
All right. So, once you're self-aware, what time is somebody know time out? Oh, we good.
Yeah.
Self-awareness is the way that you can fight all of the infection. Okay? If you're aware of yourself and your surroundings and what's going on and you're just present, right? Don't disassociate. That's what I mean by being present. Be present. Don't detach what you know to be true or what you feel. Because you can't deny feelings. If you feel something or your gut, that's a feeling. Why is your body reacting that way? Does it do the wrong thing any other time? No, our bodies aren't designed that way. So if I'm reacting this way now, it has to be real. Why are we ignoring that? You see what I'm saying? Self-awareness. So don't ignore how you feel, what you think, what you want to challenge somebody on. Do it. That's how you protect yourself. Protect your energy. Okay? That's another thing we're going to do.
Oh, man.
You guys, man.
Hey, wait. Protect your energy and your peace.
And that is your responsibility, nobody else's, because you don't want to project on them, but you know you can do yourself. It's nobody's fault when you're not protected, because that's your job. Okay? Understand that.
Can someone hold this camera so I can take a picture of the board real quick?
Yes.
Thank you.
It's a good ass class.
Y'all like this class? Say that again. Oh, thank you. I'll also be here next week. Thanks.
No, but for real?
No, but for real. No, but for real. Yeah, but for real.
So
So
my phone just died. That's
Oh, because you're going on vacation after.
Huh. Yeah, so just so y'all know, next class is going to be on sex. I'm pretty sure y'all will be here. Okay? So I know y'all want to hear about that one. Now, when I say sex, I'm going to give y'all a little overview, okay? Overview. Because we're going to talk about safety, we're going to talk about intimacy, and we're going to talk about anatomy. And I actually used to sell the little toys and stuff. Oh, but now we gotta know I can bring them.
No, bring it.
I got a whole lot of stuff. So I'm bringing my goodie bag, and we're gonna go through this thing. Okay? That's next week. Hello. I said hello. I used to sell them. I just said that. Oh, somebody else? Okay. Oh, yeah, they shitting over there.
No, but if you really do got
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like like it's still in the box, you know.
Oh, yeah, it would, yeah. Or I would take it out and just do it. No, because when you do, especially if I'm like, you gotta do like play party stuff.
No? No, I don't know you.
Learn about these toys and purchase them, and the only way you can do that is go into their home and have a party and demo and show them.
That's so
That's
cute.
how they buy them.
That is so cute.
Yeah, they don't Google it and go through a catalog. They just, you have to show them how does this work and what does it do. I used to do that for 5 years.
Do you watch Insecure?
Yes, I do.
Did you see that episode when they went to like the little it was like some type of shows they had like it was like full of sex toys and sex education.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was lit. That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah. So that's what we're gonna do next week. Pretty much. But we're gonna go into detail, of course, and it's gonna be informational. It's not gonna be just all fun. We're gonna have fun. Trust me, that's gonna be a little bit more fun. Today we just got the boys, okay? And y'all still having fun, so I'm excited.
Wait.
Yeah.
You never finished writing over there because like I'm really big on it. You're writing protecting your peace,
Oh yeah,
your energy,
you
but like.
got some remedies for this?
But I was gonna say remedies to that also because your energy and your peace, those two can be different.
Yes, ma'am. Because they are. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And
I'm really big on that.
so what's the distinction to you between protecting your energy and protecting your peace?
My peace. Whenever I think of peace, I think of like my mind. So like my mental health.
Okay. Yes.
Energy, it's more so like, it's hard for me to explain this. I say it all the time, but I can't, it's hard for me to explain.
Okay, let
my
me
energy.
give you I'm gonna give you a boost, okay?
Yeah, please.
I'm an empath. Does anybody know what that means? An empath is a person that can feel everything, or they have the ability to put themselves in other people's shoes to see how they would feel.
Right.
So I don't have to ask you or know. I don't have to wait for you to tell me that you feel bad.
Right.
I can feel it.
Right.
And I'll then say, well, what's going on with you today? Or I might not even just say that, but I'll find some kind of way to either make you feel better without even knowing what it is,
Right.
or, to me, that's energy.
Yeah. Or a vibe.
Did you hear that?
I get what you're saying.
So you have to protect that, because if my sense of empathy is threatened by any of this stuff, can I help anybody else?
True. Yeah.
That's
You can,
energy.
but
Y'all
I
get
get
that?
what you're saying.
Energy does not disappear. It doesn't dissipate. It only can transfer.
That and also like other people's, like I know, like when your mom be in a bad mood and then she just be turning the whole house around. Like I don't be like I learned to not let that affect me because one time when she's in a bad mood, I'm in a bad mood.
And you can feel
my
it.
sisters
So
in a
you
bad
are an
mood, I'm in a
empath.
bad mood. Yeah.
That's how you know you're an empath. If anybody else identifies with that in this room, you are an empath.
So that's one of the, there's multiple things to that, but like that's one of the things under
Someone who can feel people's energy.
Because like,
Like earlier when you were like, people can tell like if you're a certain type of person, they make you a target. I feel like that's my whole life. Like I'm just a empathetic type of sympathetic person. People always know. Like,
Okay, so that brings me to the next one. And this kind of has to do with protecting your energy, but the way that you do that is by creating boundaries. Okay? Create boundaries. Can everybody see this in here? Nobody's missing anything, right? Nope. Okay. This is huge. I really should have wrote it in caps and but I don't got that much space. So, that's like the biggest way you're going to protect yourself. You have to have boundaries. And again, I repeat, if you keep moving the goalposts, so will they. If you say, I have this boundary or this standard, but I'm going to move it for you, they're going to expect you to keep doing that. They're not going to expect to get a one-time free pass to move a boundary. They're just gonna keep moving and try to move it. And the way that they do that, if they see they can't do it directly, it's gonna be through manipulation.
But when you
Because they know that ultimately you'll do it.
But when
You know
you
what I'm saying?
when you grow up and you have self-awareness and you leave that toxic relationship, they be like, what?
They can't even
Like
believe
you
it.
just changed up.
Because they did nothing wrong.
They
Oh,
shocked.
you changed up is also another. That's also
I was
another
like,
one.
I sure did. I sure did. That's manipulation.
No, say I didn't change. I woke up. I didn't change. I decided to put my boundaries back in place.
What is that last
You didn't change, and
Hey.
you gotta be honest and clear about that.
But there's nothing wrong with changing and growing as a person
Yeah, or you
too.
can say I didn't change, I grew. Because in their mind, because you're not with them no more, you just changed. They don't see what it really is. Say it again, I'm sorry. Hold on. We got somebody speaking.
And I was saying that people go through things. Then when you go through things, you're like, you're about to change. If you have sense, you will change.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, you changed. Yes, I did. Because, I learned something from what I did before.
But they try to make
They try to make you feel like you changed for the worse.
Okay, now I want y'all to ask yourself, what kind of person would be mad at you for changing?
A person who's not really for you.
A person who wants to control you.
A person that wants to control you, a person that
Isn't really for you. Like
isn't really for you,
A person who's not growing.
a person who's not growing.
Hallelujah.
That is what I was looking for. A person who is not willing to change themselves is only going to be mad at somebody else who's therefore changing. Hello? So that's a red flag. You changed. Well, why didn't you? I don't understand. Isn't that what life is all about?
Right. No.
Yeah.
But they can't see that because they never changed. They don't have any intention of changing. And that's why they're mad that you did. Because now they can't use you for what they did before.
Your phone on
honestly, when you
20%.
get in, like toxic
Okay.
relationships like that, like if you're a genuine person. Like for me, in a situation where that's why I can relate to this stuff.
All right, when we get
I
to
was in
10.
a situation, I was
gonna put it on
genuine.
you. Oh, you gonna
That
put it-
person
oh,
was
thank you.
toxic. That person would have never been with me if he didn't lie to me. Like I never would have like dated him if I would have really knew what I didn't know before.
Right, right.
Like that's how most toxic people like get with genuine people from.
Wow.
That's that marriage stuff she was talking about.
Mm-hmm. Oh, real quick. Don't forget what you gonna say. But you just made me think of something. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Them niggas be getting married quick.
Okay. Anybody who hoovers you. Hoovering means love bombing somebody. I want to get with you so fast. You don't know me. You don't know me. I could be a serial killer. Why you want to be with me? I can have AIDS. You don't know. Why you don't want to wear a condom? They don't care about themselves, so how they gonna care about you? You know why they hoover you like that? Because then you can get blindsided. You can't figure out who they are, they hoover you. Right?
But sometimes
I want to be with you. I love you. You're so pretty. Every day. You don't know me. You don't care about me. And you probably don't even look at me because you got all these other girls. Why you talking to me? I'm sorry. Okay, I'll entertain. I appreciate you saying that. I'll be sensitive to that. Because women do the same thing. Women can be. That's probably why you're saying he's like, I'm sick. Y'all worse than we are, right? Right? Oh, I know I'm a woman, but I'm not like that. But I know.
What a woman at?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I feel like sometimes we just need to open our eyes because, like, I've been in a position before where I was talking to this guy, we met, whatever.
Stop it.
just casually talking, whatever. But he was like pushing for more stuff. So I'm just like, okay, nigga, I'm there. We're chilling, just chilling. I'm the person. I'm talking like I'll chill with you without.
Yeah.
I'll chill. I'm a chill person. So like, pushing up. All right, trying to make it. I was like, all right, nigga, watch this. I'm like, okay, you want to kiss? Okay, let's kiss. I'm like, hold up. What's my last name?
Ooh. Don't know me.
And like, I spell out his first name, middle name, last name, there. But like, what's my last name? What's my birthday? Where my parents?
What did I just say?
He's like.
What did I just say?
He's like,
That's true.
I'm like, you know what? I'll see you when I see you.
Hello. Hold on. I have to give you a high five. You know exactly what to do. Just dismiss him. That's what you gotta do.
If a dude has sense, like he'll know next time, like, yeah, I need to get some info before I try.
There you go.
But you talking something without
He's
opening your
still
legs.
awesome. No, it's true. I'm I'm telling you, y'all are going to remember this class in 10 years. I'm telling you. Because you're going to encounter all these people. And you're going to be like, she was right. Okay? You ain't got to go to church to get there. But this is a Christian moment, okay? But let me tell you why they're so dumb. The reason is because they spend all of their time and energy trying to be on the offense. That's why they're so dumb. You can't be on defense if you're always on offense. Okay? So you're always trying to play me. And everybody else in your life, you can't see what's coming. That's why they're so dumb. That's why they don't think about consequences. Or the fact that they got to do their homework first. Or the fact that you might challenge them. You might be smarter than them. They don't think about none of that.
And we're to be blamed a lot of the time. Because, like, imagine if I had just opened up and, like a whole pen and just like, oh, why not? Here you go. He takes it, and then he does it again, and he gets through and he does it again. Then they don't learn. So they don't keep doing the same thing over and over and over.
And then if she would have let that first thing slide, something else would have followed.
I wouldn't stop anything.
Oh, I got her now because she let this slide. She just thought about it. Okay, it's okay with her. I still got. It would have kept going. She knew exactly what to do, and that's why I gave her a high five. Go ahead.
That's why I think it's something that we could all work on, vocalizing your boundaries, because I feel like a lot of people are afraid to do that. For me personally, I've learned that I've had to do that just because of the type of men that I attract. But like I feel like that's something that everybody could work on. There's nothing wrong with vocalizing your boundaries, and it doesn't have to be like in a negative way, but you can just be like, hey, like, you know, this is how I am. Like, I don't let people.
These are the types of people that will make you feel wrong about having boundaries.
Yeah. That's true.
Stay away from anybody like that.
That's true.
Why don't you have it? Everybody should, because we all need to do this. So if you're not busy trying to do that, what are you doing? You have to be trying to play me. There's only one other position. Hello, it's two of us. There's only one other position. Okay? Play or be played.
The best thing to do, I believe, is time. Time to all.
There you go. Yeah. So that goes over here.
They're not gonna fake
Time.
it.
Don't get yourself everybody too quickly.
And that man's gonna come off and like, damn, try to paint my face.
Really good.
And then Bowie's like, okay, I peeped you. Oh, you good. You protect your energy.
One day they gonna take off that weed.
That what?
Weed on your feet up top.
One day you gonna have to wipe it all off.
Right, what is she wiping off her face?
Some people got white
I just happened to catch that, so I had that.
It's not gonna all be there.
Okay. Alright, now, I had about 6 points I wanted to talk to you about. We only want a second. Because we spend so much time. It's not a bad thing. I'm being here next week. You know what I'm saying? Like, but just know that it's a whole lot. Now, I just need to know if anybody else have any other things that we can do to protect ourselves from being in a toxic relationship. And I also want y'all to understand that even though we started off talking about romantic relationships, that you might have toxic people in your family. You might have toxic friendships. You might have somebody at your job. Okay, so these things apply to every relationship, but the 5 stages only apply to intimate relationships.
Right.
Okay, so I'm just making that distinction. It goes for everything. Yeah.
Just be mindful of the type of company that you attract, honestly. Like, that kind of goes to self-awareness also, but just being mindful of, like, the people that you, I don't know. Like, for me, like, I recognize the type of men that I'm used to. So then in that way, that can help for me personally.
So look for red flags.
Control your environment.
Control your environment. There you go.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out how to
Just
say
being
it.
mindful, like I said, just being mindful.
Yes.
So, like, anything.
Have a schedule. If you have priorities, it doesn't even have to be nothing written out. But if you have a schedule, it's like, I don't have time for you right now.
Ooh. Well, I'm sorry. What was it again?
Control your environment.
All right. You said a schedule. So what do you mean by that?
Like, okay, if let's say you're talking to someone, they're like, oh, come spark me up, come do this, we could chill, watch Netflix.
No.
I have things to do. I have a job.
This
Like,
is a
no.
better way to say that. Stop being so available. Stop it. Stop texting people right next to when they text you. You don't know. That you don't know.
No, but like people will text and drive to reply to you. Like, grow up, bro.
Use that, okay? Because you don't know them yet. So it sounds like they're going to, they could. You don't know that yet. So you don't know what they're going to do yet. So that's another.
Unless the convo is bomb, though. There's a difference.
It just depends. It's
Unless if you say, come get me right now, then.
No, I got shit to do still. I got homework. I can't, though.
I just got your number last week. Okay?
Huh?
Really mad at me.
I want to make sure they listen.
I have work.
I'm trying to graduate, bro. You all pay me to do that with you. I want money. Like, you don't do nothing for me.
I want y'all to hear this one. If somebody, you just got somebody's number last week and they hit you up asking you, are you busy? You may be excited, you may want to get to know them, but you cannot
Or they
be
might
so
not have a
available.
life.
Because this is what we do. Even if we do got something to do, we like, that ain't that important. I want to hang out with this person. Right? And now they know every time they hit you, you're going to be available. And you make yourself available. You might have even told them, well, I did have this to do, but what you trying to do? Alright? So now they know that you putting other stuff off just to spend time with them. You're giving them power. You're giving it to them. They're not taking away anything from you. You're literally giving it to them.
I would add, like, put yourself first. Like, always keep yourself first. Focus on yourself.
That could be with, like, protecting your energy and peace, though. You know what I mean? Yes, but I see what you're saying, but like that could go into that.
Yeah, but these are just different ways of doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Put yourself first.
Like, if you prioritize yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
People don't prioritize themselves and their happiness.
If you tell somebody else that I come second, you think they're going to put you first?
No.
Why would they? You come second to even yourself. So what motivation do they have to put you first? Think about it. These are things that we do. So they do all of that, but this is what we do, and this is what we can do to protect ourselves from that. Okay? Stop being available. Stop saying, I'm giving you this. I'm giving my time. I'm giving you. Just be you. Focus on yourself and let them fall in where they fall in. And if they don't fall in, kick them out. You get that? Let's not reshape our lives around another person that we don't even know. How many of us have done that? Red flag. Okay? Because a person who has something going on, not even gonna let you do that. They're gonna be so busy, they're gonna see you when they see you too. They're not. You understand what I'm saying? If they're that available to you also, that's a red flag. Why are you so available? What are you doing? What are you not doing? Exactly. Nothing but waiting on you to be available so I can suck you dry. That's it. And not in a sexual way. Suck the life out of yourself. Oh, y'all nasty. Y'all nasty. I did set y'all up. All right. Anything else? You got
You need to have like an accountability partner.
There you go.
Yeah.
Be accountable. Be accountable. And however you do that, you could get a partner, you could be a sister, your brother, it could be whoever. Yeah. Somebody say, look, I know when I meet people. Thank you. So be accountable. Thank you. That is big. Yes.
I was disassociated with one of the girls that I was messing with one time, and I brought my little brother. I'm like, yo, I need you to spot what I'm doing wrong. This is not right with this. And he told me, he's like, I don't even know why you with her. This not gonna work. I was like, for real? He's like, yeah. As soon as we dropped her off,
that was it. Okay, that's another red flag. When people that you know and trust already in your life tell you that a new person that you just met is not a good person, why would we ignore that? Why do we ignore that? This person been in our life for 10 years, 20 years, they're our sibling, they know them forever. We value their relationship, we value them as a person. Why do we ignore this? We don't know this other person from a can of paint. Why do we ignore the person that we love?
Desperation.
But why? Why do we need to know that? If people that we love are telling us, there's 7 billion plus people in the world. Okay? If people that we know are telling us this is a bad person, why do we still want to get to know them?
That's delusional. Well, they're not that person.
But listen,
Is the situation bad? They bad. He not. He not.
Got a hold on me. That's the only option, right? Because I'm choosing to ignore everything bad about him right now. And I'm just gonna focus on the good stuff. That's why I want to get to know him. I know he ain't really shit. I know. I just want to see for myself. That's really what we're saying. I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Yeah, I'm sorry. We have to zoom in.
I'm gonna piggyback on what you said about when the person that you already know, they're like, okay, this person back to me. Or another red flag is when the person you just know is like, why are you so close? Why am I so close? Why are you always talking to her? Or talking to her? It's like, they're trying to distance you from people who they know are good for you. That's not.
Hold up, I got one more. Isolation. One more. Isolation. All of those are symptoms. Symptoms. This is what it is. It's all toxic. These are all red flags. You cannot walk out of the fence and say, I don't know what a red flag is. If you do that, you ain't write nothing down, you ain't heard nothing, you deaf. I don't know what else to tell you.
I was gonna say,
got one?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what if the person isn't like surrounded by like people who are like constantly giving them bad advice?
Flying monkeys. That's what we call them.
Damn.
Flying monkeys. No, this is the actual term. You can Google it. I swear. Flying monkeys. Flying monkeys are people who enable other people's toxic behavior.
What?
Some people come from families of flying monkeys.
Oh, you probably know a ton of them. It's an epidemic. Why would you enable somebody else's toxic behavior? That also makes you toxic. You're a flying monkey. That's why we don't label them as either or. That's why they do something all together different. Because you only enable somebody with that behavior when you're also identified with that behavior. There's no other way you can do it. As an empath, you can't do that. It does because you can't. It doesn't feel right. Right? So those people cannot be empaths that's surrounding that person that's telling them keep going, keep doing that. It can't be.
Is that what they call now yes men? Like they just
Yeah. Flying monkeys. There's probably a whole bunch of other words for them. They're probably not all good. But yeah, that's the actual term too, and that if you were to Google that term, it would tell you what it means. Okay? So I told you I was gonna tell you what all of this stuff means together, right? This comes down to something that is kind of taboo. It's not really talked about a lot. And it's really unfortunate because it's one of those things that when you actually figure out, by the time you figure it out, it's too late. It's really bad, okay? It's called narcissism.
Can you explain what a...
Oh, absolutely. That's what I'm here for.
Someone that's obsessed with themselves.
Someone that's what?
Obsessed with themselves.
Ooh.
How you, I'm tripping.
Constantly loves constantly.
Definitely
Like,
tripping.
nah, not necessarily.
But I feel like...
Nah, okay, you can love yourself, but if you love yourself without regard for anyone or anything else around you,
All of this
I'm about to say, what's
is narcissism.
that's
That
a
means that narcissism literally equals toxic. Literally. It's the same thing. Okay? Because every narcissist has all of these traits. You're not going to see them all at the same time. You might not even see all of them in one person. Because a narcissist can be somebody that's really, really smart, right? They're highly intelligent, but they use that to make everybody else feel inferior, right? That's still a narcissist. They might not be degrading or disrespectful or abusive, but they're still a narcissist because they use their insecurity to try to manipulate and control people and put on an image. That's all narcissists do. Nothing is ever about life, love, happiness. They're all upset with life. They all feel like they haven't got their fair shake, no matter what they do, no matter how successful they are. It's something about them that's insecure. Something. It could be their looks. It could be how they were bullied as a child. It could be abandonment as a child. It could be trauma. Whatever it is, they're not dealing with it. They never have dealt with it. They disassociate from it, and then they use all these other tactics to operate and navigate through life. Do you know anybody like that? I bet you everybody in here does.
Everybody here does what?
And that person is a narcissist. Okay?
Some narcissists
Okay. I'm writing them off. I'm done with that. Flying monkey. After this part of the board, we don't want you. Okay, that's as simple as that. Narcissism is an epidemic. How is a narcissist born? They're not born. They're created.
That's like a racist.
Okay? Narcissists are created because something happened. An event, something. Maybe they were adopted. Maybe they were left at birth. One parent abandoned them. Maybe their parents split up at a critical time in their life. Maybe they were abused. Maybe they had a really bad breakup, or they have a parent that's a narcissist. That's huge. If you have a parent that's a narcissist, well, my father was a narcissist and I'm not one. But I have 6 siblings. There's some of them in there. Okay?
Are you the oldest, youngest? Where
I'm the
you at?
youngest. I'm the youngest
that's
of
why.
7. We're staircase children. We're all 1 year apart.
Oh, that was a good day.
All 1 year. 7 years. Absolutely.
Wow.
Now, by being the youngest, I have an advantage. I'm able to see everybody.
That's why you're an empath.
That's why I'm an empath. There you go. You see the connection? That's why I'm an empath. Because I'm able to see, I was able to learn from everybody else's behavior and know what to do and what not to do. Okay? I was you? That's your?
Well, I was the only child until my sister decided, I was the youngest until my sister decided to pop up. I'm still the same way because I got older siblings.
Right, and you can see what they do and you're like, I'm not doing that. Or I'm going to do it this way. And so you're able to feel that and connect to that and say, okay, this time I live my life. Now, ironically, even though I had a mom in the house, I wasn't raised. Now, how many people can relate to that? Having a parent home, but you're not raised by them, technically, because they're not there. Raise your hand. Raise it high. Look at this. Look at this. These are all the people who, including the cameraman, including me, that had a parent that was present, their physical presence was there, but you were not raised by them. That's huge, right?
My dad.
I can see it on all your faces.
My mom was there.
Yeah.
I can see it on your
My dad was
faces.
always working.
So, and another reason why I probably didn't pick up any I just found out my father was a narcissist. I didn't know.
Me too.
You too?
Yeah, I just found out like recently, like this past summer.
Me too.
Is there a functional thing? Is there such thing as a functional narcissist?
Yeah, I'm gonna teach you. It's 4 different kinds. It's 4 different kinds.
So I went to go visit family, and I was like, wow, like I found out so much.
Mhm.
I wasn't around him. My mom kept me away, and I see why now.
Mhm.
So I really.
And so when you think, sometimes things are not what it seems to be. When a person tells you, oh, I can't see my child because of my baby mother, they're probably a narcissist. Because that person, that mom may not know how to classify it, but she knows that person's behavior is
It can
toxic.
be the mother or the father.
Yeah.
Either way.
And she knows that it's better for my child to not be around this person than to have help from him. And you can't really co-parent with the narcissist anyway, because they use everything to benefit them, and they don't even care about their children. Be honest with you. So why we don't want to be with them anyway because we can't procreate with them. They don't care about anything. Nothing. They don't care about their safety. They're reckless with sex. They're reckless with money. You know why they do that? Because they use everybody as a supply. So what does money mean to them when I can take yours?
What about somebody who like my dad, for instance, for making up for his lost time, like not being there because he's always working. My mom just stay at home, so he'll like give you gifts, like he'll buy stuff, like, you know, that new video game,
Narcissist.
like new stuff like that.
And that affects your love language too.
Because he wants to get your
It
approval.
does.
He wants to be validated.
He's making an attempt.
It's an attempt, but it's not for you. It's for them.
It's for themselves to make them.
It has nothing to do with you.
Last week was the flowers, she was sending flowers to.
Oh yeah.
There you go. You have people that are celebrities, that are politicians, that get up in front of, oh, I'm so great, I help people, and I do church. Narcissists.
For recognition.
Why you haven't tell anybody? You have some celebrities out here like Prince who did it anonymously. We didn't know he did it until he died. We didn't know how much money he gave until he actually passed away.
I can say
So, question. Did you like Drake video, gospel? He was trying to say that he was trying to like portray, oh, I'm doing this, I'm giving my family. Like, and that's what he did.
It could be true. If that's true, that could be it. Because why do you need to tell other people that you help you?
What about to inspire?
And then you're also trying to
But
ask them if they need help.
That's
But he trying to inspire people. Like, I'm not even saying Drake not a narcissist, but like that part of him doing that was like, I want other people to go out and do random acts of kindness.
No, because we know what charity is.
I mean,
I get it. You want to inspire them to want to do it. I get that. There's ways you can do that without appearing to be
but he definitely a narcissist.
notarized for it.
So are people like politicians and stuff narcissists?
What?
All of them. All of them.
Show me a politician that's not a narcissist.
No, Obama a narcissist. Obama a narcissist. They all narcissists. He cool. Obama a narcissist. You want to be the president of the free world and you not a narcissist? Like, no.
Is the biggest narcissist alive. He's a bully. He's aggressive. He don't never make no sense. The Republicans don't never make no sense. They are absolutely a narcissist.
He's all of that. He's toxic. And he got a
Oh, Eric didn't left that one on.
Yeah.
He's a woman.
Well, that's where we go into grandiosity.
Yeah.
He grabs a dick
He's ignorant also, though.
They all ignorant.
Yeah.
I told you why. Because everything they do it for self. So sense is out the door. Sense and selfishness don't go together. Because stuff that makes sense is fair. You can't be selfish and make sense.
Right.
You get it? That's why when they start, you can't figure out what the heck they talk. Okay, you gotta go.
That's why the government can't get nothing done because they're all
Only you
narcissists.
understand. Yeah, that's why they can't get nothing done. Because it don't make sense. Because there you go. That's a prime example.
Yo,
Nothing
that's
makes so
wild.
messed up because nothing makes sense. Everything is for a reason. Everything's about money or status or power.
Right.
It doesn't make sense. That's why it never works. These people that we have all this in control of all of us.
Right.
Makes no sense.
So maybe we should all be homeless.
So all you can do is be a steward of your own affairs. That's all you can do.
Wait a minute.
And protect yourself. That's all you can do. And I mean that in every aspect. In every aspect, even in your career. If you know, I really want to do this. I have this passion, but it doesn't pay that much. Well, okay, well, are you going to change it and do something you don't want to do because it pays more? Is that what you're going to do? How are you going to navigate that? Because you can't change the system. You can only be a steward of your own affairs.
You gotta find a way to navigate.
You have to. And that's what I'm trying to teach you. That you can't complain and blame. People who blame it on life, they don't understand life ain't going to change for them. You can only do it yourself. That's how you know. So you'll hear it all around you. Narcissist, somebody's toxic, somebody stay away from you. You'll hear it. Just got to keep your eyes open and be aware. Because why are you blaming everything on everything? You can't do anything about this system. It's nothing you can do. So all you can do is take care of yourself, protect your energy, be self-aware. I may still do my passion, but I'm going to have this side hustle. I'm not going to complain about not getting it. It's out here. Can't complain about it. All right. So narcissism is rampant again, like I said. It's different types of narcissists, though. So there are technically 4 types. The names of them aren't really that important, but I'll still tell you. You have one that's overt, O-V-E-R-T. Now the overt narcissist is the person who is. Y'all gotta tell me if y'all know somebody like this, okay? It's overt. Overt. That's the person that's very outspoken, and they're probably good at manipulation because they're so outspoken. Sometimes you don't even want to deal with them. You ever had somebody that always wants the attention and the spotlight on them, no matter what? Like y'all could be somewhere and it has nothing to do with them, and they'll still make a comment and be all loud and make it about them and redirect the whole energy to them. That's the overt narcissist. That's the person who's, hey, here I am, look at me. It doesn't matter what I'm doing, just look at me. Right. Who always has to be validated by something or somebody. They have so many terrible and disconnected relationships because when people finally get hit to them or get exhausted to them, they just, instead of changing who they are, they just move on to somebody else that can tolerate it. So they have a lot of fractured relationships. A new best friend every 6 months? Overt narcissists. Because they don't see any problem with themselves. So I'm going to keep going to other people that can tolerate me or enable me. That's it. That's your overt narcissist. Then you have your covert narcissist.
Would that be the opposite?
That's exactly the opposite.
Because I know a lot of people like that.
That's the person who tells you nothing. This is like the double life person.
Oh my God.
Yes, and you'll find out till after you know, you're like, oh my God. That's the covert. They are so good at manipulation that they literally mirror your energy and make you think they're just like you. Ooh, who know that? Who know that person?
A lot of people are like that when you first meet them.
A lot of people are like that when you first meet them. A lot of people are like that when you first meet them because they're narcissists. They're not just like them. That's who they are.
That person be like, oh my God, same. Oh my God, same. And every little thing about you. You don't like the same.
Your gut, and you already knew it, but this is your confirmation. So I'm gonna we're gonna zoom in. We're gonna zoom in on him because you gave the first reaction, so I gotta know your situation with this covert narcissist.
His name is Earl?
Yeah.
All right, what's the situation? Sorry, Earl.
Well, we used to be friends and stuff like that, but we used to play like on the same squash court or same squash team, and like we'll hang out. It was like so it was a bunch of group of us, so we'll hang out and stuff like that, go to movies and stuff like that. So the person seemed like a good person. Then one day we saw her like as a different person, like arguing with people, and it was like a whole different person. It's like I don't know how to explain. Like you would think they're like nice and stuff like that, but then you see them doing something the complete opposite of like them arguing with people or just not being themselves. Like
Being what they portrayed.
Yeah, so like it's like when do you ever do this? Like you know what I'm saying? Like when do you ever hang out with these type of people? It's like
Because they mirror your energy until you catch on to them.
They are what they say.
They're so good. That's why it's called covert. Because they're so good.
so like they'll say like one thing like, oh yeah, I don't fuck with that person, this and the other. Like we like let's say we don't fuck with that person. We're like, yeah, I don't fuck with that person either. Then we'll like we go down the block, like, yo, would you say you're not fucking with this person? And they have like a whole conversation.
They say, hugging them all fake. Covert. That actually might be an overt one. That last little, because that's what they do. This is the overt. I'm gonna take the distinction. The overt is the person. Say you in a club setting. The same thing he just said. They didn't already told you everybody they don't like and they don't mess with, and they go up to that same group of people and say what's up and act like they want to be accepted by them. That's your overt narcissist. Why? They have such a need for attention and validation. They cannot help it. They can't help it. They already told you that, but they still. The reason that they don't like them is because they really want their acceptance, and they don't have it because that people is hip to their behavior. But that doesn't mean they're gonna stop trying to get their approval.
We still on bond. I'm on a good.
No. You can say just put it on. Just put the camera somewhere else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that like
Go
the
across
same?
you can show the board if you want.
If somebody's an over, right? That means they want to be accepted anyway, right?
Yes.
So let's say a guy who's not well endowed tries to have sex with multiple women. Is he an overt narcissist?
Now that's just one thing. We would have to analyze him. Because if you have just one trait of a narcissist, that doesn't make you a narcissist. If you have even a couple. Because again, you could be around them. You could, remember I told you, the two people that got in a relationship with narcissists could have residue. So you can have some of that trait and still not be a narcissist. But the difference is eventually that gets healed. You don't keep those traits. Because it's not really you. Right? Why would you want to into something that's not naturally you, organically you? Unless you use it as a defense mechanism, which is how narcissists are born in the first place. So now you're going to become a narcissist if you hold on to that. That's the whole reason that narcissism even exists. Because they held on to whatever defense mechanism they had to deal with whatever event happened. Okay? And so you do that, what will you then become? You have to heal it. So the difference between becoming a narcissist and not being one is healing. That is the only difference. Healing, accepting yourself. If you accept yourself, why does it matter if anybody else accepts you? Narcissists are constantly looking for everyone else's approval. That means they haven't yet accepted themselves. That means that it's self-loathing. They don't even like themselves, but they might present themselves as a shiny new toy. But they really deep down, they don't like themselves.
So like okay, so like for people like covert, so do they have like a psychological disorder or?
It's called NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. Okay.
Because yeah, they play as different people. Yeah.
And that's why I said this is not talked about a lot. Because most narcissists are abusive. Actually, all narcissists are abusive. Because you can't do any of these things and not be abusing people. You can't manipulate people for a whole relationship and not have abused them. It's impossible. Because they don't know what's going on and you do. And you're doing it for a motive and they just want to love you. So that's abuse. Because you're not telling them that this is what I'm doing, right? You're manipulating them. You're abusing them. All of these things are abusive if you are actually in an active relationship with somebody. So all narcissists are abusive. You have a question?
What ways could someone because it's not that easy for everyone to be like, well, you're a narcissist, I can up and leave. Like, there's some people you're tied to in your life.
Right.
Like, how can you, help that person? Because you can't, if your boss is a narcissist, you can't be like, oh, you need to go to therapy, boss. Like,
no.
It's not about work.
Okay, that's a great question. Well, are you...
That's basically it.
Okay, a couple facts. Whether you want to write it down or just remember it. A narcissist will never admit to being a narcissist. Ever.
Will never what?
Will admit to being
one. Okay.
Never. They will act like they don't even know what that means. I ain't never heard of that. What's that? You a whole narcissist. They won't know. They don't. There's no point in confronting a narcissist. There's no point in telling them, I know what you are. You are now exposed. Because guess what? You become even more of a target now. All they use everything against you. Even your newfound revelations and knowledge, they're going to use it against you. They find some, because they're twisted. They're just twisted like that. Oh yeah. Blame shifting. There is no point. Nobody's going to ever say, you've confronted after they abused you for 10 years, and you're going to say, I know what you are now. You're a narcissist. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's going to be like, damn, you're right. You called
You got me.
You got me. Who going to say that? Nobody. And you shouldn't even expect it. So don't tell them. Just do. All you can do is protect yourself from these people.
Gotta be observing everybody.
There you go. And that's what you should do. The things that we walk around blindly know every day, that's exactly what I'm trying to inspire in you. That's exactly what I'm trying to get you to do because I'm older than you and I didn't do it. And I wish I had somebody to come give me this lecture when I was in college. Okay? I wish. I swear I did. I wish. I had to learn all of this by trial and error.
Damn.
The bad way. The hard way.
I think a good one is like a lot of times somebody I used to be friends with, she didn't know how to be lonely, like not be lonely in a bad way. She would like take time for yourself.
Between relationships.
Yeah, she felt like she needed a companion or somebody to feel whole. And I feel like a lot of times you have to have like a sense of identity or like a sense of self.
Ooh, how do we forget that?
Like, because
What do you mean by that?
I was in a relationship with this guy, and he, like, we was in a relationship, and like me, I'm a go-getter. Like, I work 2 jobs. Like, I've been working since I was 16.
That's a good observation.
Yeah.
That's a really good observation because first of all, we forgot it.
Yeah.
Second of all, okay, now I'm gonna tell you this. It doesn't necessarily mean they're a narcissist, but I'm gonna tell you the distinction. No narcissists have their own personal identity. That's what they want. Okay? They either mirror yours or they spend a lot of time maintaining an image. It doesn't mean that's what they want. It just means that's what's gonna make them look good and make them be accepted and validated and all of that, so they maintain it. Now, none of this has anything to do with actually who they are. Who are they? That just sounds like a hollow shell. Because you're just walking around being who you think I want you to be. Who are you?
They're projecting all their
That's
problems.
Isn't it?
They're just a projection of their problems.
Projection. That's all it is.
Yeah, though.
So the story was like, so we were dating, right? It's like my freshman year of college. I was super focused and excited about being in college. Him, however, he was a little older than me, and it's like he had no goals in life, or like he was always the kind of like guy like he wanted to be clingy and up under me all the time. I'm like, no, like I got things to do. Like I would like try to encourage him. Like for Christmas, I got him a book called How Successful People Think by John C. Maxwell.
Oh yeah, I know that.
Like I'm trying to help you, like like get yourself together. And like I had to think to myself, and like I was talking to my girl, and my mom, like they were like you're becoming drained, like he's like sucking the life out of me because he has no life.
That's what I meant when I said that, y'all.
And that's like he had you got to have something other than like something that makes you whole other than me. Like I can't make you whole.
And that's how you felt that if you weren't with him, he would act like a. So another narcissist. Remember this?
Victim.
It's up there. It's up there. So that person made himself a victim of life. Do y'all see how he did that? And he made it her problem. She was. See, I didn't even know he said that. said it. After I said it, but I already knew. Because I know. When you meet one, you meet them all. They're all the same. This is them. They're all the same. It's uber scary. But just be glad you know now. And not in 20 years. Because it takes all of us a long time. It's like we got to go through the bad thing first.
I had a boss.
Mm-hmm.
And in the beginning, she projected herself to be really nice. And
This is about work, so in different situations. You said the boss at first projected herself to be really nice.
she projected herself to be really sweet.
Hey guys, he's telling us a story about his boss.
She projected herself to be being really sweet and caring, and but for how long could you keep up with that? And I'm like you, I have this that I can sense people real intentions.
So you're an empath.
Yeah,
yeah.
But I'm the firstborn.
Okay. No, you can still be.
Yeah.
You can still be.
And I mean, at first I was like, why is she so nice? And especially in business, if you're a manager, there's no way.
Because you have so much to take care of.
Like there's no way you can be this perfectly nice. So I was like, you know what? Maybe she is nice. You know, and I kind of let my guard down a little bit. But then as time went by, I was like, I have to make a decision. I either stay here at this job, being miserable with this woman.
But what did she do to make you feel miserable? After she was nice at first.
Right. You know, she started changing. Like, she wasn't consistent with her behavior.
Inconsistency.
She wasn't consistent on an everyday basics on how she would handle problems. Like, sometimes small problems would like trigger her emotions.
Ooh, triggers.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that word.
So I was just like, you know what? This is not the place for me to be. So I just worked there for 10 months and then I left.
Okay. But you sensed it?
I felt it. I was like, I need to get out of here because she's very manipulative. So
how many of us have stayed in a relationship for only 10 months? We stay a lot longer, don't we?
Yeah.
No.
He saw it in his boss. He had no emotional connection to her. So he was able to see it and leave. When you're in it, you don't see it. You make excuses for that person. That person, you give them more access to you. So they have more opportunity to try to make it up to you. And gift you and reel you in. She didn't have the opportunity because that was just his boss. But it's still the same situation.
And then like when you pull away, like when it be inconsistent, you know, checking on it, feel like it, and then when you pull away, they're like, no, come back.
Or they say you switched up.
Then you come back and then like they start getting inconsistent.
Because you threaten their supplies.
Oh well then.
You felt drained, right? You felt like he was sucking the life out of you. And then when you told him, like, look, dude, I feel like I care about you more than you care about yourself. Why am I doing all this work for you? What are you doing? I'm sure that conversation happened.
Yeah, and like what I did was like, cause it was around Christmas before I broke up with him, and like I still gave him his Christmas gifts and stuff like that. And I was like, I hope this book like helps you like.
Because you just wanted him to hang your head.
I really wanted him.
I'm sure.
I wasn't like, I wasn't being mean at all, but he was mad. And like he was trying to do like extra stuff and like trying to like win me back. I'm like, no, like win yourself. Like I want you to be like a better person.
So y'all see these patterns?
I still don't want them.
Y'all see? She's not the first person who said that somebody switched up on them when they try to break up. That is always the case. A narcissist will never let you walk away. Never. Not even a friend. You know what they'll do? If they feel like you're pulling back, they're going to do one of two things. And this is always the case. You can write this down. They're either going to blame shift and project, deflect, deny, defend, justify, all those things. They're either going to do that. I'm so sorry. But this is a free therapy session and it's 2 hours, so that's good. Okay? I'm joking. But they do all these things. That's one thing they do, right? Everybody's hearing some sort of that. The other thing they do, this is a big one. Y'all better write this down. Okay? This is the other thing that narcissists do when they feel like they're about to be exposed by you. Did you see that? I want to know what that reaction was about. I want to know what you felt when you saw that word. Discard. Because they either play the victim, blame playing chef, deflect, manipulate, be defensive, be in denial, become disrespectful, become aggressive. They do all this stuff, try to get you to stay. Or they gift you, they hoover you, they love bomb you. Passive aggressiveness. You're either a B or you're the queen of my life. But I still want you to say, whichever one will make you say, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they'll make you feel it because they'll be like, I've done this for you.
Everything they do for you, all of a sudden comes out, even though they're so minuscule.
Yeah.
The things they did is like, oh my God. But it's nothing compared to what you've done for them.
It took me a minute. It took me a minute to realize like I to like end up.
I already know. Because once you see one, you see them all. I ain't got nobody y'all know to know how they are. Okay? They make you feel like I did so much for you. They did.
Oh my God.
Alright, so I want to know.
Exactly what you mean by
Okay. Alright. If they're not doing all this, try to get you back. They know none of that's gonna work. Because they know what kind of person you are. It depends on how strong you are, how much you express it, or how much you challenge them. Depending on what they're going to do. Person, they'll probably try to do all of these things. Because they feel like they can sway you. I know they don't want a conversation. If you are, like me,
exactly.
Okay? Exactly. This is what happens to me. Because don't even waste your time. So they discard you. When I say that, I'll give you my own experience. I don't have no problem with it. I was married, right? My own husband was a narcissist. I didn't know it. I was with him for 6 years. On August 25th of this year, he discarded me. That wasn't even a month ago.
Wait,
when I say he discarded me, I had been asking him to leave. I told him I didn't want to be with him about 6 months into our marriage. And I knew how he was. All of these things he did. I didn't know he was a narcissist, though. Right? He was covert. So he always would put me on a pedestal, idealize me, take me on trips, give me gifts, post it on Facebook. This is my WC body. Put him on a pedestal. Hoovering, love bomb. This is my girl. This is my wife. Okay? In the background, what they're really doing is telling all their flying monkeys about you. They got a smear campaign going on. They don't want nobody to be your friend. They are already getting ready to set up their story for her whenever y'all break up, because they know you're going to break up with them at some point. Okay? They already reaching out to new supply, new love interest, probably cheating already. They're doing all these things, but this is what they're showing you in the world. Okay? And so when you become hip to that, and when you say something, you charge them on that.
Oh my God.
They discard, they leave because they are idiots. Okay? And they are cowards and they're weak and they cannot face what they did, so they just leave and they ghost you. That is being discarded.
Thank you so much.
It's not the same thing as a breakup or that person left me, you were discarded. It's a complete distinction.
That's like leaving without no explanation.
Yes, ghosting. Ghosting.
Wow.
That's called discarding somebody. Why would a person, and when you are left wondering, why did they do that? Why did they leave? What did I do? They discarded you.
I do
that feeling,
sometimes.
you gotta watch it.
I do that too sometimes.
You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. Because you don't want to be identified with one of these things. That's not what you want.
I know.
So even if you give a reason, or even if you say I just need some time, just watch it. Because these people ghost us and they leave us. They do it on purpose. They do it for a reaction. They make me go and follow them or something. I don't know what they think really, but I know it got a purpose. I don't want to know what it is. I say, okay, bye. Because I didn't want you gone. But you couldn't leave for 2 years when I asked you to, acting like you ain't had nowhere to go. Acting like a victim. He did all this first. He did it for 2 years. He did all of this. Acting like a victim. I ain't got nowhere to go. Why you changing up on me? You gonna leave me? You my wife. We made vows. All this. Obligation. Everything. Control. He used all that as control.
He sounds toxic.
He's very toxic. Emotional rape. You're my wife. This is what you're supposed to do. Oh, absolutely. Don't get married to them because they're going to use everything they can. Okay? Having a child with them probably even worse. Because I can get divorced and I knew not to have a child with them. Okay? Because I'm an impact, but I'm not stupid. I challenged him on everything. I didn't let nothing slide. Even though I stayed with him, I didn't let nothing slide. I challenged it and he would move on to something else. He would move on to the next behavior. He just would not do the same thing again. That's why he was a covert narcissist. I didn't see it. As soon as he discarded me, everything made sense. All of this made sense.
Wait, I feel like my definition of discard and yours is probably different.
Okay, what's yours?
So like when I discard a person, it's because I see things in them that I don't like, or I don't want to be surrounded by that type of
toxicity.
Yeah, like I don't want to be around there.
Okay, so that's not discarding.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
not no.
Okay.
That's protecting your energy.
I didn't.
No, that's protecting your energy. If you can't discard a toxic person. A toxic person discards you.
Right.
Okay, that's the difference. You can't discard a toxic person because if you are actively saying I'm gonna separate myself from this, you are protecting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's not discarding.
Discarding is when you guilty.
There you go. That's the difference.
Okay.
That's when you did something wrong, but you can't face it.
That's where I missed it.
I have to get him first, and then you.
What about like, all right, so let's say you're just talking for the week and you just stop responding or you just stop texting back. Is that a bad type of ghosting? Because that's what I do. Like, if I realize we not really vibing, you know what I'm saying, or if I'm putting out too much energy, and it's only the first week.
No. That's okay. So these are all good questions, though. For one, the way that you described it is not discarding somebody. Everybody is supposed to do that. Okay, you should do that because if you had this type of energy around you and that person was lying at first, you didn't know that. Now you see it. You get rid of them. That's not called discarding them. It's just protecting your energy. That's just putting boundaries in place.
Can't do that.
Okay? That's saying I don't want your infection. Keep it to yourself or go infect somebody else. Because they're toxic, so it's not the same. Now with okay, with what you were talking about, can you give me an example?
So there was this one girl and
we always got these girls. We know who the player is.
Nah, but it happened recently and she was like, oh, can you give me a pillow? I was like, all right, cool, I'll get you a pillow. Whatever, I got her a pillow from Walmart, all this, that, and the third. And then we were just talking and vibing, and I was just like, this ain't it, Chief.
But what something made you say, something made you feel that way?
It's just a conversation.
Okay, so
and like we didn't have, I don't want to say we didn't have mutual interest, but I knew I was going somewhere and she was going this way.
Again, the smart thing. Again, why waste somebody's time? Why waste your time? Now, a week is different. I was in a 6-year relationship.
Yeah.
That's not the same thing. That's why it's not the same.
Yeah, like
because you didn't even have time to develop a relationship to be ghosting somebody. You ghost me, you're my whole husband. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got kids in the house, we got bills, ghost. I have no idea where he is.
So how do you feel about that? If you don't mind me asking, how do you feel about that? Because I feel like you're very like self-aware and you're very mindful of people around you. So I feel like you already know that's what it was, so it's not affecting you.
That's how
it would affect. Like
that's how I know what would help you, because it helped me.
Okay.
That's how I know.
Yeah.
Because these are the things. This is less than a month ago. This is not even 4 weeks ago that this happened.
Oh, so he just left?
He just left.
She said August 25th.
August 25th.
And you don't have anything, any friends like...
Man, do I look like I do?
I don't have to like be...
I am not disassociated. I am here.
Like some women would be ashamed.
I am present.
Well, you don't want to like get revenge on me, like...
Do you know why? Because to me, he's not a real person.
Ooh. You already knew.
He's not a person. Yeah, what am my feelings attached to for him for?
And you said that you wanted to like leave him 2 years ago. So
Hello, you've been off the picture.
Yeah.
And then,
So you don't care what you say about like...
He's been gone. He was only physically there because he wanted to control me. He didn't want me to be with anybody else. Yeah, so you have to be able to see the whole
You
picture.
want to close the cat.
Yeah, you're painting yourself.
Oh shoot! Thank you. Why y'all tell me? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was going to tell you.
Thank you. But the back might be up anyway. No, 1 minute. But look, that's why he did it. That's why he did it. Because it was 2 years, and whole time I'm challenging these things. Why you keep lying? You know, because when you in it and you blind by it, you don't challenge nothing. You give excuses for it.
Right.
So I was past that stage.
You know what?
Now I'm about to question you. Stuff don't make sense. Okay? And it got to a point where he just felt the heat. He started making his plan. But I could see all of that from a mile away.
They always come back.
They all they came back 5 times since then. Block. No contact. They can't come back to this, them to come back to. Change your number. Block.
He can pull up when he finds you.
Oh, he's a stalker. He's a stalker. He has to stalk me because I
Yeah,
won't.
he sound crazy.
He has to, he stalks me. People text me this morning to say, oh, he's still putting stuff on his Facebook about you. I'm not going to send it to you because I don't want to upset you, but I'm just letting you know. All of that. Smear campaign. I'm the worst person in the world. Let him tell I probably cheated on him 1,000 times to all his slime monkeys.
But aren't you scared like physically?
Scared of what? He's weak. Look, any man. Do I look strong? Do I look like I'm about to beat somebody up?
No.
You could.
I probably could.
You could. Nah, you could.
Do I look like that's what I'm about to do?
Nah, not with the dress on.
My husband is 6'5".
Oh.
He's 6'5". Any man has to get in my face afraid of?
Big fences.
Let me go get my taser, my gun, my mace, whatever.
Oh,
I'm not afraid of anything, especially him. So he can keep talking and worry about me and like me, and I'm keep living life.
So you don't fight, you tase.
Huh?
You don't fight, you tase.
You tase.
No, I'm saying you don't fight, you tase people.
Oh, okay. I'm not afraid of tase. I want to see a reaction. I want to do it. I want him to get that close to me. Okay. Huh? I hope he watching it. Whoever watching this, go let him know. And with that, class is over.